So today's video is going to be, how does wealth and class play a role in the lifestyle content on YouTube? I didn't have a drink, but I do have some chocolate. So eating that. So I thought I'd talk about wealth, class and privilege, and how your privilege can give you an advantage in success in the lifestyle genre on social media. As in, like, can anybody make it on social media? Obviously, those that have regular access to the internet have an advantage. There are tech limitations to being able to create videos, a computer enabling you to edit, camera of some kind to film on. When I joined in 2020, I obviously have a computer and a phone and a tablet which I can film and edit on. And then I have my main camera. All these items are like equipment that is used in YouTube. This is sort of my YouTube experience. Modern technologies available to use to make videos. Your class, whatever you're at, can impact on how popular you can be as a lifestyle influencer. We're going to dig into that. It is exciting that we can tune in to other people's lives. Like, sit here with our shortcut and watch other people's lives. See how many things they can show, or particularly in like beauty content, there's doing makeup tutorials, lookbook videos. This is sort of the OG beauty content, along with clothing hauls. Disclaimer is, my point is, as a viewer, we form judgments on their collection and what they show us, so our opinions are of what we show them. Another disclaimer is, I'm not going to be talking about my family's income and anything like that, and sort of my class experience, because that's personal. Like, it's not that I don't want to talk about it, it's not that I don't want to tell you it, it's just I don't want that on the internet, so that's another disclaimer. But I am still aware of privilege. Just thought I'd put that out there, that that's not something I'm going to share. We're going to be talking about, does this display of their lifestyle impact our judgment? There are lifestyles that are inspiring to have and indicators of wealth. Sort of OG beauty gurus coming to the freakish room tours, house tours. I've never been jealous, probably because I've never watched that though. Obviously have watched room tours, but I've not watched like room tours that are really extravagant. No disrespect, but it's really not been that extravagant. It's more been just bog standard, to be honest. Like, I don't really watch many YouTubers that live in a mansion. And they show off their big house, their own room. These indicators indicate of wealth, comfortable life of the middle class. Obviously it's nice to have a private room to film and that, like you wouldn't probably get as much watching in a cluttered setup. Aspirational teenage lifestyle content can be fancy family vacation vlogs, getting a fancy car for your 16th birthday, shopping vlogs, lots of hauls, holiday shopping, back to school shopping, Black Friday shopping, what I got for Christmas, what I got for birthdays. I've watched some and the presents is so much. Personally, I don't really watch content of people constantly shopping because personally I hate shopping. I find it boring. Lots of presents and the constant shopping is definitely not normal. An aspirational teenage lifestyle content can be fancy family vacation vlogs, getting a fancy car for your 16th birthday, shopping vlogs, lots of hauls, holiday shopping, back to school shopping, Black Friday shopping, what I got for Christmas, what I got for my birthday, the videos. The presents is so much. Personally, I don't constantly shop because I don't have an interest in shopping. I find it boring. And also the lots of presents and constantly shopping is not normal. The classic disclaimer is I'm not trying to brag, but this was a highly requested video. I bought this all with my own money. Lots of these videos are focused around materials like how much makeup do you own? How many makeup looks can you create? What hauls can you post? To be popular, you have to have something to show. Whereas if you have nothing to show, who's going to want to watch you? It's hard because in order for someone to watch you, you have to have something to show. Whereas why would you watch someone with nothing to show? It's hard to become popular in the lifestyle region of YouTube if you've got nothing to show. And if you've not providing that aspirational lifestyle. Before social media was invented, the only comparison we could make was the people we saw on the streets, who we go to school with, who we go to work with, all these kinds of things. With social media, it gives us a chance to tune into other people's lives, find out what other people have and what other ways people choose to live their life. But at points, the only representation on social media was middle upper class, which is definitely not a reflection of real life. The people on social media who came from money, those that came from money, can focus on their hobbies, meaning they can become more successful at their hobbies and they can just treat their YouTube money as extra spending money. Rather than having to contribute towards bills, any shopping trip, that's another haul which counts. Whereas for those that are at a lower income, they have to like work and sort of help their family out, meaning there's not like a lot to film, and also makes it harder to be successful. The appearance and the aesthetic. People that are popular on YouTube, it's mostly down to the way they look. I kind of wish that wasn't true, to be honest, because I just sort of think it shouldn't just be about the way you look, it should be about the content. The aesthetics of the video, having a room that looks well lit, spacious, and a neat backdrop. Because to some people, they're not going to watch watch a video somewhere in a dark room. Or some people are not going to want to watch in a busy background. Having luxury clothing can make you enviable. Buying what's in fashion, buying what's trendy, that shows a sign of privilege. Beauty privileges. Money can obviously buy beauty. Being able to get your nails done rather than having to paint them yourselves. Being able to get your hair done, having nice teeth is a symbol of wealth. It is associated with being clean, seen as really important to have like nice straight teeth. Not that mine are like the best. Most viewers want to watch lifestyle videos that they can aspire to have, appearance they crave to have, rather than watching someone who doesn't meet those beauty standards that society has set. It proves that the algorithm likes the conventional, attractive people. People that are rich, people that have an exciting life. Probably means you're going to get views on YouTube. Constantly making content. It's easy to make content when you're travelling, shopping, doing fun things. That's a streamline of quality content to vlog, compared to someone who works when they don't, every spare minute when they don't have school. There's not a lot to vlog. A lack of class consciousness I thought I'd talk about. Every YouTuber that did the assumptions video got, "Your family is rich." I find that interesting because the response that creators gave was interesting. And there are some creators that come from wealthy families. Their responses are, "We're comfortable." There is definitely a thing on downplaying your wealth and how well off you are. Calling yourself rich is seen as a bit tacky. Big-headed. Better to say I'm comfortable or well off because it makes you seem a better person. Downplaying your wealth in the early YouTube beauty guru era is common. It's a common thing to do. It's seen as a normal thing to do. Maybe they're not the wealthiest person, but being average in a rich neighbourhood still classes you as rich. People say we didn't get everything we ever wanted. Or maybe they just didn't have awareness of what class they are. So they're just trying to put things into perspective. Yeah, we're talking about the early 2010s. Or maybe another reason, and this definitely is one thing, maybe they just didn't want to put that on the internet. Maybe they didn't want their family's income being on the internet. I know for me personally, I would never want to sort of talk about that on the internet. There are still benefits, and there's still, people still think talking about money is tacky or big-headed, or just seen as not a normal thing to do. Labeling ourselves in terms of class. The majority of people around the globe, they're classed as middle class in terms of the class system. Middle class is basically you're comfortable but you're not really rich or really poor. To summarise middle class, it basically states you're not rich, you're not poor, you're in the middle. But there are rich people who want to say they're middle class. I just sort of think, own that you're rich, because to be honest, it doesn't matter what class you are. Admittedly, it would be nice to be rich, but just own whatever class you're at. What is considered normal in terms of spending? You get these rich content creators who will spend at a not normal amount. They think it's normal to spend loads of money on luxury fashion items. Well, it's not. Social media gives us the insight into an upper class life. Thought I'd talk a little bit about how social media gives the opportunity for upper class mobility. there is an opportunity to make money, which means you can move up in a class, going from middle to upper middle class or upper middle class to rich. Also, there's the talk if YouTubers should earn as much money as they do, when there are so many working hard people who earn so much less. But we're not going to get into that. It can be hard to move up a class for loads of reasons. There is not one set reason. Coming from a low income can give you a hard start when it comes to moving up a class to gain success. Whereas content creators coming from higher income families have a better starting point, a better safety net. Also, it's easier to move out, live on your own, because there is money there. There's more of a safety net. There are possibility that parents are able to help if something goes wrong, rather than the risk of moving out, living on your own, where no one can help, where there isn't a safety net. It can be hard with the fact that there can be months will go by without a paycheck, and then along comes a big paycheck. So finally, we're going to talk about being self-made, coming from a lower income compared to being self-made coming from a higher income. People on YouTube will acknowledge their privilege. I try to acknowledge my privilege. I may not talk about it much because I just don't want it on the internet. There's all certain things we don't want to share, and that's just one of them. There are YouTubers who do work genuinely hard, and there are some that pop up from nowhere and come from a really clickbaity title. There are some that don't realise what's enabled them to lead up to this point and what's helped them to find their success. Is there on social media today more class consciousness? I think, to be honest, it's a bit of both. I would say, like, some people are more acknowledging it than others. But admittedly, you've sort of got the fact that some probably don't know, and there are some that don't want to share it. Today there is more acknowledgement when it comes to privilege and wealth these days. Sort of more of a hot topic than it was in the early 2010s. Class privilege was not a topic of conversation in the early 2010s. Now it's kind of a trend to talk about your privilege, a trend to check your privilege, check your white privilege, check your class privilege. Acknowledgement of wealth so important, and doing things like don't flex on children or anybody, or don't downplay your wealth, don't heavily promote luxury fashion items, don't do loads of luxury fashion hauls, are things that sort of you can do to acknowledge your wealth. So I hope this made sense. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.